Recently, there have been a lot of comparisons made between two of the hottest teen sensations of our time, Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift. And really not that far of a reach when you consider all the common ground shared between these two young ladies. They both sold millions of CDs. They both played to record sold out stadiums the world over, packed with record attendance crowds. And their names are instantly recognizable to anybody out there who's even halfway paying attention. But for all these similarities, the focus of this comparison seems to be on the one critical key difference that they share. Taylor, right now, is being put on a pedestal as an example of sort of a new all-American wholesomeness. And it is a mantle that she's openly embraced, while Miley has at the same time actually taken some criticism for her own reluctance to embrace this same mantle. Well, I, for one, find this whole comparison itself to be a little embarrassing on a whole lot of different levels. For Taylor, first of all, you've now set her up to an impossibly high standard that nobody can ever really live up to. And let's suppose that one day she makes some offhanded comment about something that, and maybe she doesn't even really mean it, but it just sort of slips out, or gets caught up in some compromising situation. And do you know what? That is bound to happen. I take no pleasure in saying this, but the simple fact of the matter is that people are not perfect, and mistakes can and do get made, and that is going to happen sooner or later. What then? The disappointment, the big letdown, the aw shucks of it all, and then where do you go? Nothing good can come from that. And then for Miley, on the other hand, okay, first of all, maybe it's just me, but I fail to see how Miley comes up as an opposite to Taylor in the first place. Her biggest hit single to date is a song called Party in the USA. If that's not wholesome and American enough for you out there, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, really, and I don't know where it goes for you from there. But still, Miley's reluctance stems from her own freely admitted ambiguity about just what exactly being a role model is really all about and what that means to her. And you know what? I find that to be a very refreshingly honest statement from her. If she doesn't have all this stuff figured out for herself, how could anybody possibly expect her to project that out to her audience, or anybody else for that matter? Here's the thing, it's so easy to forget this when somebody is as big of a star as, quite frankly, she is. But the fact is, she is still an 18-year-old child, for crying out loud. I didn't have any of this stuff figured out back then either. Actually, that's not true. I think she just turned 19 last week. But still, everything I just said. Okay, I didn't have any of this stuff figured out back then either. And from where I sit, Miley deserves every bit the amount of space that she needs, just as I did, and just as any kid that age deserves. And good for her for taking that position. And you know what? Shame on anybody out there for questioning it. That's what I say. On the other hand, still, I take nothing away from Taylor for being a role model. And yeah, I know. Hi, America. I'm 21 years old. I'm one of your biggest stars, but don't worry. Your kids can still look up to me, and I promise I won't let you or them down. I know, from anybody else out there, that would be a little pretentious. But you know what? From Taylor, okay, I'll take it. Because to me, from everything I know about her, that does ring true as the person that she already is. And that brings me to my real point here. These two ladies really are not that far apart. They're really not. And sure, each may employ a completely different style to put their message across, but the message itself, at its core, is exactly the same, and it rings 100% true for both of them. Shut up and just be the person that you already are. Me? Well, as a fan, I'm much more oriented towards anything pop to all the way up to heavy rock. So naturally, that inclines me much more to follow Miley Cyrus as a fan. But as role models, I fully embrace either of these ladies. And I'm here to tell you that if I had any young ladies in my home, especially if they were teens, I would be perfectly happy and even quite proud to see them look up to either of these two. Let the party in the USA continue. As for this false comparison, that's your real picture to burn. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. It's been a real pleasure. This has been Steve. Happy to come in and pinch hit for you anytime. Till next time, Steve out.